welcome to another episode of Kamado Turk Barbecue. First of all, we just wanted to say thank you. It's been a month since I started this channel, and so far only 32 subscribers, but I'm hoping that will grow. We're doing some good stuff on the Kamado. We've done a few lamb chops. We've done some lamb that were on the barbecue. We've done some ribs. We've done some wings. Loads of different things. So now I wanted to go a bit more traditional. Today we're going to be doing Lahmacun, and what that is, if you don't know, it's a Turkish kind of flatbread pizza. And instead of cheese, what you have is you have a mixture of vegetables and mince meat that you kind of mix all together. All these lovely like spices. You've got your paprika, you've got cumin, you've got your pul biber, which is like a red pepper, like small little bunts. I'll show you in a bit. I've got some salt, pepper, everything really. And then what you got some garlic, we've got onions, we've got tomatoes, peppers, all these fresh ingredients that we like to use. I actually grabbed these all from the Turkish shop, so it's quite. I find it that it's a bit nicer than going to your local supermarket. Okay, so but the other side to this is obviously the dough. So what we've got here is we've got plain flour, we've got our yeast, we've got our sugar, we've got our salt, we've got that's it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add some olive oil and some lukewarm water and start to get that yeast working and get that dough sorted out before you rest it for some time. During that time, now where are we going to cook this Lahmacun? Kamado Joe. So that's going to go straight onto there. What I'm going to do today is we're going to get this barbecue up to highest temperature I could possibly hit. I believe it goes up to about 900 Fahrenheit, which is pretty hot. We're talking mega heat. Inferno mode is what they call it. So what we do is we get it up onto the extreme heat on the dome, and then what we do is we'll get our pizza sorted out, or flatbread, or whatever you're going to call it, our Lahmacun, onto the pizza spreader, chuck it in there. I'm hoping that it's going to be cooked very quickly, because the Turkish Lahmacun is a very thin crust. Think of it as an Italian thin crust pizza. So that's the idea. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's start with this pizza dough. So what we've got here is 500 grams of flour, plain flour. We've got 1 packet of yeast. We've got 2 tablespoons of salt, and we've got 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a wallop of this olive oil in there. Nice amount, lovely amounts of olive oil. I'm going to start adding our water in there, but as I'm doing it, just giving it a nice little mix. Okay, so we're now now that the dough is done, we're going to leave this into a dark, warm area of the kitchen and let it rise. All right, now we're onto the proper part of actually what we're doing. It's our topping of the Lahmacun. Okay, so like I said, what we've got here, we've got a few ingredients that we need to finely chop. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to get these as small as possible. The tomatoes, the parsley, the peppers, we need to get it really finely chopped. And obviously what we're going to do is once we chop these, we're going to mix it in with the mincemeat, and once we mix it in with the mincemeat, then we're going to let it rest a little bit, so that it will taste perfectly good. So just watch my knife skills now. so now we have successfully chopped all of the vegetables and the garlic and onions, all that stuff, into tiny little pieces into my bowl. Now, we're not ready yet to put the mincemeat in because there's a lot of moisture in this, right? So what we want to do is we're going to put this into a sieve and press out any of the residual juices that are in there. Now, why is that? Obviously, we're making a pizza, it's going to be on a bread. We don't want it to be too juicy, otherwise what's going to happen is it's going to become like a sloppy pizza. We don't want that, right? We don't want to do a Lahmacun which is not crispy, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into a massive sieve in the back, press it down, and then afterwards we're going to be ready to mix in the spices, the tomato and the pepper paste, and also our mincemeat, which by the way is lamb today, but you can use beef if you wanted to. Make sure it's just the high content of that. Okay, now the fun part, let's chuck the meat in. And what we've got here is all the spices that we wanted. Chuck them all in there. Tomato paste, pepper paste, get these from Turkish shops. Get yourself out there, guys. Then get your hands in. Right, so now we've got our topping. We're getting this is still getting, this is still rising. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up the barbecue, get this pizza stone all hot and ready, so we can chuck our flatbreads on there, our Lahmacun, when it's ready.